Hello and welcome to the Valley. Over the next hour we're going to be looking back at some of Charlton Athletic's greatest moments from the 1970s. The decade really provided great entertainment for every Charlton fan. I believe in those days attack was really the best form of defence. We're going to kick off this video by moving back to October 1976. Hull City are the visitors to the Valley and the game provided ITV with their goal of the season. The central figure in this match, the Charlton number 8, Derek Hales. But just look at the front four. Hales, Flanagan, Peacock and Powell. A quartet to terrorise any defence. In midfield, Peter Hunt, terrific competitor. He's got his hands full facing the Hull number 4, a certain Billy Bremner. Hunt to Curtis. Galvin. I think we should see him performing much more in the middle of the field than down the left flank in his number 11 shirt. Bowman cutting that out. A little bit of aggression there, sending Colin Powell on his way for Charlton. Flanagan making a well-timed run. Oh my goodness, almost a goal and really a beautiful run by Flanagan. That cross came floating in. Flanagan on the far side of the defence, but wide of the post. Here's Powell. Now here's Henneman. Powell again. Little nick through there for Bowman. Croft away. Giles. Powell to Jim Giles. And another corner to Charlton. That time off Stuart Croft. So the big number 5 that they bought from Exeter stays up. Colin Powell takes another corner for Charlton. Again, floated in there. Few headers there, and Hales! Well, what a tremendous goal-scoring record that fellow's got. As that corner came floating in again, they gave him a yard at the far side, and he's never likely to miss from that sort of range. Derek Hales putting Charlton 1-0 into the lead. Galvin. Bowman doing well to stick with him. Everybody claiming it's their ball. The linesman giving it to Hull. Roger de Vries. Chris Galvin. And Colin Powell for Charlton. To Hales. Little touch for Hunt. Powell again. Long raking strike. Warmer. Powell has continued his run. And Warman couldn't quite pick him up, but now he has. Well, he's gone past him. And he's got a good cross in. Oh, what a goal! Hales again! A masterly goal by the man who always seems to get them. Derek Hales. Colin Powell coming across to congratulate him. And Powell's work in it was tremendous. Down that left-hand side, jimping and darting and finally getting it across. And what about that for a volley on the turn? Derek Hales' his second goal and the second for Charlton. Peacock finding this man, Powell again. Curtis. Sprung a few people forward of Charlton. Bowman. Curtis towards Flanagan. Hales is there. Now it's Flanagan again.
Gone past Croft, and Nisbet had to knock that one away for another Charlton corner. Begin to turn on the style a bit, Charlton, and it really is their style to come forward in numbers, and it's the style and always has been of their manager, Andy Nilsson. Change the corner technique this time as Flanagan takes it. Instead of Colin Powell dinking it towards the near post and the number 2 Les Berry, it's Flanagan curling in swingers. It's a better looking one. Berry in fact got the header in there. Warman had it kicked off the line by Croft, and Hull were all over the place. The header came in, Berry did well, and Warman almost forced it over the line. Warman with a throw. There he nearly scored a third goal. Here's Hales, who's got 2 already. Berry almost got in there with a shot. Bremner going in hard. Hales coming in again. And it's really all hands to the pumps in that Hull City defence at the moment. They're being put under pressure now with Powell. Dinking another one in towards Derek Hales. And a corner, sure. Yes, on the far side to Charlton Athletic. Paul Haig having plenty to say for himself. Cross with a certain amount of the slack marking in the Hull City defence. Everyone knows they've got enough problems already. Powell at Peacock there, and it's Powell who takes the corner. Backward header there, and Berry forced it almost over the line. A good save that time by Whelan's. Again, they're pushing all their defenders up, and as that one came in, the number 2 Les Berry almost forced it over the line. Hemmerman. And now Peacock. Flanagan's glancing header if Hales can get there, and he can. Well, that was very nearly an excellent ball. Unfortunately for him, it fell for De Vries. Galvin. Nisbet. Now Daniel as we come to injury time at the end of the first half. Sunley. And now Hawley. Fair little chip in there towards Galvin. Well, are they going to get something? Yes, they have, right on half-time. Hull have pulled one back through Chris Galvin. And really, there seemed to be no danger when that ball came floating in, and there'll be an inquest in that Charlton defence as to how it was that Galvin could have room on that far post. Curtis, and now Billy Bremner. Hunt coming up behind to dispossess him. Good determined play there by Peter Hunt, but unfortunately the pass wasn't a very good one at the end of it. Hemmerman putting it to Galvin. Cut out by Curtis. Back to his goalkeeper, Jeff Wood. Very scrappy first 11 minutes of the second half, but a great ball there from Bob Curtis. If Mike Flanagan can get onto it, and he might yet. Oh, and a good save there by Whelan. Oh, and just pushed wide by Derek Hales. Well, Charlton nearly made something out of nothing there, but what a great ball from Bob Curtis. Flanagan was onto it, he slipped, he picked himself up, he brought out a good save from Whelan's, and Derek Hales was what? A yard away from getting a hat-trick. Injured himself badly, and he took the risk, and in fact he got nothing out of it as Roger De Vries brings it up now and finds Billy Bremner for Hull. Bremner giving it away. Now Bowman. Bremner after him. Oh, quite a collision there between Bowman and Bremner. Hunt, beautiful ball. Warman. Good strong challenge by Hawley and a bit of shirt pulling, and in fact the whistle had gone for the foul in the first place apparently by Hawley on Warman. Free kick to Charlton. Peacock telling Flanagan to get down that wing. Now it's with Powell. Now it's with Flanagan. Got his cross in well. Hales with a header. Oh, they very nearly gave away something there. Flanagan's little cross. Hales given room inside the area again. Got down on his knees to head it. And it could so easily have been turned into goal by a Hull defender. Berry winning it in the air. Peacock nodding it on. Flanagan. Oh, nicely into the path of Hales. Is this the hat-trick for him? It could be. No, it hit the post. My goodness, he couldn't have got closer. He did so well. He rounded the ball. He dummied and he shot. The goalkeeper saved it, pushed against the post, and Hales denied again. Hunt being hustled into that error by Billy Bremner. Hull still only this one goal down. Oh, and it could so easily have been level there, as Galvin's shot was only held at the second attempt by Jeff Wood, and Hemmerman was very nearly in to prod the loose ball into the net. Staniforth. Crowd are howling for Charlton to get the ball away from the danger area as Daniel plants it in there again. Here's Hawley. Daniel again. Nisbet. Taken nicely by Flanagan, but only at the expense of a corner. And for this, they brought up their big number 5. Stuart Croft coming up. Galvin's going to take it. Played short to Daniel. Nice cross again. Oh, and it went against the crossbar. Across against the crossbar there from Hemmerman. Floated in very nicely indeed by Galvin. And Hull really have had no luck in this last 5 minutes. Hales, beautifully timed run again. Really stretching those legs. Brought down free kick. Really is supercharged over the first 10 yards. Robitaille in a defence that gives him a yard or two in the box. Down go the socks, off come the pads. Charlton prepared to take this free kick. 5 minutes to go. Peacock's going to take it. Hales looking for a hat-trick. Berry coming up fast from the back. 6'2" defender. It won't reach him. And it's there by Hales. It's his hat-trick. Pads in one hand, arm aloft, ball in the back of the net. As that came across the face of the Hull goal, it didn't look as though it would possibly get to Hales, but it did on the far side, and again he got in low, past Whelan's into the back of the net. The last seconds of the game now. Curtis going forward to take that ball from Powell. Played back again for Colin Powell. Little dummy. Not a good cross. Hawley. Well, thank you very much, says Curtis. Given to him by a Hull player. There's the cross coming in. Hales with a header. Blow me, was no more than a yard away from his 4th goal. The ball badly given away by Hull. Curtis's cross. Tailor-made again for Derek Hales. Glancing header just beyond the far post.
Must be a nice side for you to play in, actually, Charlton, because you believe in attacking. That's always been Andy Nelson's policy. Yeah, so you get plenty of scope, don't you?
Well, it does. It's a pleasure playing, really. I think if we didn't attack so much, I wouldn't get so many chances. And I wouldn't score so many goals. I wish I could do it every week. Roy of the Rovers or something.
Derek Killer Hales, a real Roy of the Rovers figure and a great hero to all the fans who used to watch him on this East Terrace, this part of the ground now, of course, sadly redundant. Derek went on to score 168 goals for the club, a fantastic return that for a player signed for just £4,000 by the shrewd Theo Foley. Well, now we're going to look back at one of the earliest television recordings of the 70s. The date is September 1971, and a young and a very talented Burnley side are the visitors to the Valley. To combat Burnley's attacking flair, Charlton have Paul Went at centre-half. Paul, the club's record signing. He cost just over £24,000 from the Orient in '67.
Waldron winning that one well in the air for Burnley. Now Kenning out to Peacock. Faced by young Mick Doherty. Peacock turning that one very well across. Plum! Just over that Burnley crossbar. From the number 9, Dickie Plum. Got in very well from a good cross by Peacock. Kenning again. And sending Peacock away this time. What a good run there by Peacock. Across that goal. And Plum, and he should have made more of that. And he really should have made more of that. A very good run indeed there by Peacock. And now Cyril Davis. And finally Reeves to get that one away. Good tight marker is Peter Reeves here, keeping a close watch on Casper. Phil Warman there as well, the number 3. So Burnley's throw. Cliff. Plum to go for this one, for the deflection. Still with Dickie Plum. Cyril Davis. And Tracy right there in the middle, nodding that back for Plum to try and hammer one. Oh, and what a tremendous save there by Mellor. Caught beautifully by Plum, but played back to this number 9, superbly by Ray Tracy. What a beautiful move by Charlton, exploding almost into a magnificent goal, but for the save by this man Mellor. Thomas. Bellamy. West. Bellamy again. Played wide this time for Thomas. Nice little dummy on Davis. And Thomas going on and causing Bellotti to get across that goal to pull it down. Doherty nodding it into touch. Now Tracy versus Dobson, and Dobson again getting a foot in. Charlton's throw. And it'll be Mike Kenning, the number 10, to take it. Back to Warman. Good cross there by Warman, and Mellor in fact lost it, and Plum just putting that wide, no more than a fraction. And there must be a question mark, I would have thought, against the goalkeeper there. Mellor, who came but didn't get it. But a very good cross indeed by Warman. And now Doherty. Casper. To West. Still West with a good shot. Tipped away, though, by Bellotti. Hit that one very well indeed, did West. Only a 19-year-old. It'll be David Thomas to take the corner. And Bellotti pushing that one away as far as Kenning. Kenning now on to Peacock. Plum. Tracy. Kenning. Tracy to go for this one, to nod it on. And a chance there for Davis! No, it's not given. Offside given against Cyril Davis. Davis to take it up again for Charlton. Peacock coming down the left. Inside Doherty. And Waldron to nod that one away for Burnley. Only as far, though, as Warman. Peacock. And Kenning. Good flowing movement here by Charlton. And Plum going in and just failing to get ahead to it. Tracy. Back to Bond. Towards the far post there. And this time Mellor faultlessly above his head. But good sweeping moves there by Charlton Athletic. David Thomas. Eddie Cliff. To Dobson. Played there again for Casper. Casper with a chance to get in a shot. My goodness, that was a good piece of work also by Belotti. That would have just crept inside that far post. But Belotti, who's a big man, 6'1" of him, really sprang across that goal to paw it round. So it'll be Thomas again to take the corner for Burnley. Waldron wanting a deep one, and that's just what he's got. In fact, Waldron getting ahead to it. But now a chance for the big man of the Charlton defence went to break away for them. To Davis on the right. Peacock steaming through the middle, and Tracy on the far side for him. That's aimed towards Tracy, trying to get it on the volley and follow it in. And Mellor in a fair bit of trouble there, but finally getting a hand to it and getting it away. Waldron winning it in the air, went storming through again. What a good ball there, straight to Keith Peacock. And now Warman making a very impressive looking break as well. Plum trying to turn it in, and across that Burnley goal once more. Another fine looking move there. Davis, no, and was he pulled down? And a penalty, has it been given? It has, with Davis pulled down, and a penalty to Charlton. Well, it's Ray Tracy's responsibility now. Or is it going to be Paul Went? No, it's going to be Paul Went, the skipper and number 5. Looking now to do a skipper's job. And here he comes to take it. And he's got it! So Paul Went puts Charlton ahead with 16 minutes of the second half gone from the penalty spot. Warman. Peacock to Tracy. Oh, look at that beautiful run there by Peacock. On he goes again, and nothing given. Oh, but now Tracy. And Mellor saving that one, and again that Burnley defence all over the place as they tried to consolidate after the break by Peacock. Plum played nicely there for Davis. Davis in turn to Tracy, and Peacock going down the left for him. Curtis coming through into it once more. Trying to hit one, and my goodness, nearly catching Mellor out. Mellor was a couple of yards off his line and flinging himself backwards to push that one over. He did well, and a fine shot too by Bob Curtis. Curtis. Looking for Dick Plum, taken well on his body. Turned there for Tracy, eager to pounce as ever. And a corner. So now 10 more minutes for Charlton to hang on to their penalty lead and win for themselves 2 very valuable points. Shipley right up there again. Number 9 is Plum. And again it'll be Dennis Bond to take the corner. Floated towards the near post. Tracy to turn it in, and Peacock, who finally turned it in for the second one. Well, it was certainly Tracy who got ahead to it, but I think it might well have been Peacock who finally turned it over. But coming from that good little corner there from Dennis Bond. Referee Ken Burns looking hard at that watch now as Bond takes the throw. Kenning forward for Davis, and he's got Peacock and Plum in the middle, calling for an accurate cross, and Peacock with his head, and a fine save again by Mellor.
Now, back in the 70s, this pitch here at the Valley was absolutely impeccable, one of the best in the country. Since Charlton have been away, though, it's been in a heck of a state, and the man responsible for restoring it to its former glory is Colin Powell. Colin, how are you?
Hello, Jim.
Groundsman here now, but a great player back in the 70s. We've already seen Colin laying on goals, haven't we, in this video? But Colin, we've dug out an absolute classic, and would you believe it, he got it.
Curtis will take the kick. Jeffries. Now Powell. Oh, what a good shot! Oh, and what a goal by Colin Powell. Tremendous goal for Charlton Athletic. He took that inside, and Colin Powell whacked that with his left foot and makes it 1-1.
Well, Colin, one heck of a goal. apart from that one against the Palace. What else do you remember about the 70s?
Well, signing for the club, obviously, you know, was a great thing for me in '73, and the promotion season the following year. You know, I was a little bit unhappy. Theo Foley got the sack at the end of that season, and virtually we went up with his side that he'd signed under Andy Nelson. But it's always been a disappointment to me that Theo didn't last a little bit longer.
What was it that made Charlton such a special club in that decade?
Just the attacking, Jim, really. We give away lots of goals, but we also scored lots, and it's enjoyable to play, you know, as a wide player, you know, making goals and going forward. It was really enjoyable.
You were always prepared to get 4, providing you only let in 3, weren't you?
Oh, yeah, I mean, we didn't mind how many we let in. Well, the manager did, but, you know, as a front player, we just sort of kept bombing forward, and, you know, with Derek Howes and Mike Flanagan up front, you've always got a chance of scoring goals.
Cheers, Colin. Thanks very much indeed. Well, Colin there mentioning that promotion year. We're going to go back right to the start of the promotion year. August 74 is the date, and Charlton are at Gillingham. Quite a match for the historians. Andy Nelson had just taken Gillingham up. Now he's in charge at Charlton. Dave Schipperley had gone in the other direction. Dick Tideman would be a Valley favourite in years to come. And, of course, Keith Peacock was a future Gillingham manager.
Blustery conditions here, but both sides with managers who like to see a bit of attacking football. And Charlton with 8 goals from their 3 games they've played so far, certainly showing that Andy Nelson means to keep it going. And here's Keith Peacock, high and forward there towards Derek Hales. But Graham Knight for Gillingham. Oh, and he lost that badly to Colin Powell. Here's a chance, no penalty given. Well, that was a very dangerous piece of play in the defence by Gillingham, and it very nearly let Colin Powell, the former Barnet player, in, and looked suspiciously as though it might have been a penalty, but not given. And now Curtis. Warman again. Oh, a lot of space for him, and again they're seeking out Peacock on that touchline. Crossed in with the right foot this time. Graham Knight getting it away for Gillingham. Warman's throw to Keith Peacock, chipped in once more. Powell is there reacting before anybody, but quite gently into the arms of goalkeeper Hilliard. Wiltshire. Yeo jumping for that one, but out-jumped by Horsfield. This will fall for Richardson. Jacks is in a lot of space over on the left. It's with Coxhill now. Trying a shot of his own, and Dunn had to go down well to save that. Noticeable too that it was Yeo who was right in there should there be anything coming his way. A good shot by David Coxhill. Down goes Dunn and pushes it away. Free kick to Gillingham though, which Tideman will take. Accurate kicker of a ball. And hit there towards Galvin, and it went through about 4 Gillingham players there. Here's Richardson. Knight turning it in. Richie Bowman's there, though. Tideman again. Chipped in once more. Good piece of running here. Coxhill's there! Oh, and it just went wide. Coxhill and Jacks between them, completely confusing that Charlton defence with a really determined piece of running as that ball went floating into the Charlton penalty area. And Charlton were very lucky indeed to escape there. Hales very active there, getting possession and finding Bowman again. Found a yard very nicely for himself there. That was a good cross, and Warman went in very well indeed. Over the head of Peacock, in fact. Good run there by the number 3, Phil Warman. O'Donnell will take the free kick. Charlton have got nearly everybody back. They've got 10 men back, in fact. Schipperley in there with a header, and Yeo! No, he's given offside. He's given offside. Yeo, who snaps off on chances like that so quickly and so well, that time was just a little too quick. And the goal disallowed. Lovely header by Schipperley. Yeo offside. Now Dick Tideman. Jacks again on the far side. They're trying to get in and forcing Curtis once more to give away that corner. Good run again by George Jacks on the blind side of that Charlton defence. Well, Gillingham always threatened to do something with these corners if only they could place them properly with big men like Galvin and Shipley up there. Let's see what O'Donnell can do with this one. That's a good-looking corner once again, and Shipley again is in there with a header. Damien Richardson almost got in with his, and Tideman couldn't get in with his shot. Played off now for Peacock, and this could be a dangerous break. A beautiful pass by Peacock there for Powell, and Gillingham need to come back quickly. A little chip over his head, and he hit the crossbar. Peacock with the header, and that's the goal. Keith Peacock has scored. A breakaway with 3 minutes left. From one end of the field to the other, deep in defence. But what a beautiful goal it was. As it came through, Powell made ground, and then that careful little chip, but it went against the crossbar, and Peacock was there with a torpedo-like header to put Charlton into the lead.
Now it's the spring of 1975. Charlton are in the final promotion straight. Teenage keeper Graham Tutt makes 30 appearances in this great season. Cruelly, his career is terminated by an eye injury before his 20th birthday. We're going to join this one in the second half.
It's Horsfield, played for Keith Peacock. Peacock did very well indeed. Oh, he plays so well there. Flanagan, oh, and a good save by Webster. Peacock did so well there, and it was a ball played in well there for the number 7, Mike Flanagan. And Webster did well to keep it out. Guthrie. Horsfield playing it for Bowman, and Kelly now for Charlton. Peacock being shadowed by Taylor, but he still, no, he couldn't find Kelly in the end. It ran through him to Guthrie. Nice ball there from Guthrie to Brace. Young supporting, Young rather harassing him, and Taylor supporting Brace. Brace again, little chip in. Oh, and that could have caused a bit of trouble. Tutt seemed to be a little slow coming to that, expecting another defender to do the work for him. Forward to Brace. Now it's with Tony Taylor. Little played on very nicely and accurately there for Ford. And Young getting that one away for Charlton, but only as far as Alan Little. And here's Steve Dyer. Bristol is there. Brace was almost there too, and now Peacock. Well, that could have been a dangerous moment for Charlton. Now they've got the chance to break out themselves as the ball is played by Bowman for Hales. Charlton's throw. Curtis. Played deep towards the goalkeeper. Oh, and he's in a pressure! Yes! It's a goal, and it's an own goal, really, off the goalkeeper. Well, they come across for Curtis. Curtis whacking that ball in there. Malcolm Webster had to stretch it, it went off him. Charlton go into the lead by 1-0. And the most remarkable thing about that goal is that Charlton won here 2-1 last season, and one of those Charlton goals then was an own goal by this goalkeeper Malcolm Webster, the second successive year that he's done it here at the Valley. And it really is just a question after the game to see who's claiming that, whether Charlton will give that one to Curtis or whether officially it has to be an own goal against Malcolm Webster. Well, that's got a bit of life into the game now. Hales now, still going on his way, trying to get that into the path of Peacock, and Peacock just wide. Well, we came pretty close there to getting 2 goals in the space of a couple of minutes. Curtis planted forward again towards Hales. Peacock galloping up to try and get possession, and does, with a chance to cross it, and it's gone. No, not for a corner, but Moody gets it away only as far as Peter Hunt. And Taylor in the end has to turn it behind for the corner. Now Charlton doing something that they do so well, really coming forward and harassing opposing defences, a side that loves to come forward and attack. Peacock with the corner. Horsfield right in there, a backward header. Oh, and it was Warman's header that finally was grabbed at the very last. Phil Warman, very nearly adding number 2. Now Guthrie. Very nearly got that across. He does look a player with a lot of class about him, Guthrie. Player, of course. Now a man looking for an equalising goal for Southend as this corner comes in. And Guthrie's amongst the men going for it. Strong, powerful looking player. Brace getting it out again for Tony Taylor to curl it in again towards Little. Now Terry Bresley. Well, he's made a bit of an angle for himself. Yes, and it's there! Whether it was Brace who finally put it over the line, but the goal is there. Tutt absolutely dumbfounded and beaten. Brisley did so well. Turned, found a yard of space, whacked it in there. Brace was right in there, and the ball was bundled over the line. Now it's with Peacock, trying to worm his way through, and Charlton have got a corner. Well, quite a little tangle there to be sorted out. Keith Peacock no good to his right knee, I fancy. But a corner for Charlton. Mike Flanagan with it. It deep again. Oh, and he's lost it again. And it might go anywhere again. And Brisley finally got in there to head it away. Well, he had a bad moment there again, Malcolm Webster. Grabbed the ball and lost it. Might have gone anywhere. Free kick to Charlton by Mackenzie on the number 8, Derek Hales. So Curtis will take it. I wonder if he'll hit another deep one towards Malcolm Webster to put him under pressure. I would think that's a pretty fair bet, which is exactly what he's done. And Horsfield is in there. There's the header by Horsfield, and Webster that time got down well. Going away on the right. It gets caught in that mud so often in the centre circle. Warman going in first, read that very well. Playing it on for Flanagan. What a good ball there. And Flanagan slots it in. Oh, superb goal. What a superb ball by Warman, though. Beautifully into the path of the number 7, Mike Flanagan. And Flanagan kept his head well and slotted it carefully past Webster. 2-1 to Charlton. Flanagan forward for Kelly, and another throw for Charlton, beginning to take over this game now. Just under a quarter of an hour ago. Warman to Kelly. Brisley trying to turn it inside, but it's Richie Bowman for Charlton. Have a struggle getting this one over, I think, though. Oh, what a beautiful little bit of play, though, by Bowman, and finally it was Dyer who had to go in there and retrieve the situation, and Bowman carrying on again. And that's a good cross towards Hales. Oh, and it's just wide. Some superb work in a very tight situation by Richie Bowman. Got that crossover beautifully, and Hales just headed it wide.
So Charlton promoted in 1975, a great season that for all the fans here at the covered end. That side really a tribute to the vision of Theo Foley and to the management of Andy Nelson. We'll now stand by for an absolute thriller. The date is November 1978 and the film cameras are at Eastville to see an absolute epic. We've got brief highlights. The match, Bristol Rovers and Charlton. Charlton playing in the yellow and they get off to a great start. Dick Tideman's lob. Dick Tideman unfortunately had to go off injured shortly after that, but Charlton are 1 up. Now in those days, Rovers had Paul Randall, known as the sharpest shooter in the West. And Charlton gave him far too much room. Randall with 1 bite and then a second for the equaliser. Charlton's defending really horrendous and not much better here. It's Randall in again and all of a sudden Charlton are 2-1 down. But they get back in it, 2 quick goals before half-time. Keith Peacock's free kick, superbly flicked in by Martin Robinson. That's 2-2. Now Keith Peacock had a really good game at Eastville. Look at him overlapping down the left and an excellent cross from Peacock. A typical piece of work from Mike Flanagan. Charlton 3-2 up at half-time. And there's a brilliant passing movement early in the second half. In fact, it stems from a Rovers corner. And the move is started and finished by Mike Flanagan. Martin Robinson, there's a good run down this near side from Laurie Madden. Laurie still going strong in the 90s. And Flanagan is in on the far post. 4-2. But Charlton's defence creaks and leaks again. David Williams for Rovers, 4-3. Good solo run here though from Martin Robinson, and that's 5-3 and surely an away win on the coupon. Keeper Jeff Wood though can't hold this one. Paul Randall is in for his hat-trick. Now it's 5-4 and then a very dodgy penalty. Terry Brisley is penalised, the ref right on top of that instant. David Williams gets his second. It's Rovers' 5th and the 10th of the day. Would you believe it? 5-5, and that was the score with over 20 minutes to go. It's a match that really sums up how unpredictable Charlton were, particularly in the late 70s. And it takes us to our last action. The date is December 1977. It's another roller coaster of emotion for all you Charlton fans. Sunderland are the visitors to the Valley. By now it's Mike Flanagan, not Derek Hales, who's Charlton's star striker. But we must mention the left-back, Phil Warman, tremendously popular with all the fans despite painful knee injuries. Phil made 360 appearances in 12 years at the club. And just starting his Charlton career, look who's at 8. It's Steve Gritt.
So here we go then, Sunderland attacking the goal to our right in blue shirts and red shorts. Charlton in their customary red shirts and white shorts. A missed kick there by Phil Warman. And Alan Dugdale and Jim Giles both getting in there to make sure that no danger occurred. Sean Elliott racing back now for Sunderland to give Barry Siddle the first touch of the ball for the Sunderland keeper. Already the Charlton fans are chanting for Flanagan. At the moment, really is a hero down here, and quite as big a hero as Derek Hales was in his goal-scoring days. A free kick, though, for Sunderland. And it was Warman who got up and got that Ashurst free kick away. Rostron playing it back now for Arnott. And an offside there against the number 7, Wilf Rostron. And a free kick to Charlton. Free kick to Charlton. Foul on Flanagan by Elliott. 20 years old, Sean Elliott. And Colin Powell and Keith Peacock between them deciding where this free kick's going to go. Peacock. Little chip in there. Macaulay. Berry's right in there. And Berry there again! And a goal given, and Les Berry has scored it. Well, just under 5 minutes gone, Charlton into the lead, and Les Berry, who scored at Hull last week, it's useful to have defenders who score. My word, he's up and done it again. It was playing around there for long enough. I'm not at all sure that he got it exactly the way he wanted to. but it's in the back of the Sunderland net. Les Berry the scorer. Charlton 1, Sunderland 0. Andy Nelson on the right there with Harry Cripps, the old Millwall stalwart, his assistant manager. Flanagan, lovely backward header this time for Colin Powell. Did run for him, no it weren't. Bolton came back to retrieve that situation for Sunderland. Already seen that Flanagan is not only a scorer of goals, he was certainly in a position there to make a chance for Colin Powell, and it was only Bolton's late interception that prevented Powell doing more damage. So a corner for Charlton. Tideman and Powell across there. Oh, Warman very nearly there. Looking a little bit shaky, and Barry Siddle in the Sunderland goal looking a little exposed as that corner came over. Barry jumped for it, didn't get to it. Warman, the other fullback, just shows how many defenders they've got up again. So very nearly made it number 2. Warman. Flanagan beaten in the air that time by Ashurst. Henderson, Entwistle. Break here with Rostron for Sunderland. Greenwood's gone racing into the middle. Entwistle's right in there too, and it was a good fist away by Wood. Got some good distance on that. He really went into it as though he meant it. Here's Gary Rowell with the cross again. Entwistle's there again, and again he fists it away. Kerr now. Charlton under a bit of pressure as Rostron crosses it in once more. Greenwood's right up there. Berry's header away, and that time whacked away by Giles. Flanagan turning it wide this time for Powell. Sunderland getting possession again, this time with Arnold. Crossed in once more, Giles slipping, and Greenwood with a chance. It looked handball, and it was. Annoyed with himself then, the Sunderland number 9. Because once Giles had slipped, Charlton could have been in trouble. It looked as though it might have been a simple chance for Greenwood, but he handled it and the chance had gone. Warman in there. McCauley, nice touch. Tideman. Now there's the gap. They've got a few up as well. On the left is Flanagan. He's all right. He's onside. Flanagan chipping it to the far post. Lovely break, though, by Charlton. With Tideman leading the way, he saw the gap and he went for it. Played the pass there to Flanagan. He could only just have been onside. And whether Flanagan was trying to chip Siddle or whether he was looking for somebody coming up on the far post, really only at this moment he knows. Berry there for Charlton. Kerr. Well, Greenwood has shaken off Berry, but it was the number 10 Peacock again, right back in there to concede the corner. So Bobby Kerr with it for Sunderland. Chipped in again there. Berry's header away. Bolton. And Giles up there. Elliott up there. Oh, and Greenwood's onside. That's the equaliser. Well taken by Roy Greenwood. And that levels it out at 1-1. Charlton defence on that side of the penalty area, and when it was played through to Greenwood, who is a good finisher, there really was very little doubt, and he really hammered it past Jeff Wood. Warman. Flanagan in pursuit again. He's been very well watched indeed by Elliott and by Ashurst. Arnold again. Ashurst. Bobby Kerr right in there. Nicely glanced little header now for Entwistle. Oh! And it's there! And Entwistle will want to claim that one, although it deflected off Jim Giles. Entwistle is the man playing his first game for Sunderland. The young boy they bought from Bury. And he's put Sunderland 2-1 into the lead. He turned well, he hit it well, it deflected badly from Charlton's point of view, despairingly wide of Jeff Wood. Charlton 1, Sunderland 2. Space over on the right. Here's Henderson. Bobby Kerr outside him now. Still Henderson. That's a good shot. The linesman's got his flag up, and Wayne Entwistle was caught offside. So great shot there by Henderson. The number 10, Wayne Entwistle, was standing in an offside position. The linesman quickly had his flag up, and the goal won't count. Dugdale. Peacock. Brought down by Elliott, free kick. Elliott claiming he came away with the ball. So again, those two Charlton men behind the ball again. Little conference between Powell and Peacock. Peacock lifting it in there. Charlton really have pulled everybody forward now. That's the little backward header by Flanagan. Greenwood v Giles. Good play there by Jim Giles. Kept Greenwood at bay at any rate. But here's Kerr. Very Ostrom. Kerr. Advantage played there by the referee. Somebody was brought down there, I think it was gripped by Elliott. And the referee's got the yellow card out again. So Sean Elliott's name goes into the book. And certainly the Charlton fans not happy with some of this Sunderland tackling, and I don't think the Charlton players would be all that much either. Goes back. Charlton get a free kick. The referee does a little more writing. And Peacock takes yet another free kick for Charlton. Towards Flanagan. There's his header going in. Oh, it's an own goal! Well, it's the equaliser. Steve Britt has gone in there and got the claim of the Charlton fans, but it seemed to me to be an own goal, whether it was Mick Henderson or not. But the free kick went floating in, and whack, it's in the back of the net, bringing it back to Charlton 2, Sunderland 2. Henderson. Wood with a safe catch. Berry. Flanagan could have quite a finish now with just under 20 minutes to go. Tyrone brought down. Another free kick. Here's Powell. The edge of that box now, but there's no progress to be made there. Three Sunderland defenders, and it comes to Peacock. Hit in straight away there. Steve Britt was right up there again. It's McCauley with the header again. Berry was right in there. Look at Giles right in there. Those defenders are up again. That's a good cross by him. Oh, and it's over the top by Powell. And Sunderland, in fact it's a free kick, but Sunderland looked to be in terrible trouble there. And how those defenders go up, because again that just escaped the head of Berry. And when it escaped his head, it was Jim Giles who was right in there, the other defender. And what a good cross it was by him. Powell put it over the top, but the whistle by then had gone. Charlton, just in this little stage of the game, seem to have Sunderland rattled as that cross comes in again from Warman. Flanagan just slipping it out for Powell. He tried to chip it in again. Flanagan's right in there. Flanagan's in there, and Flanagan has scored. What an amazing record this man's got. That's 16 for the season for him. 23 last season. And it looked as though he'd have a couple of bites at that cherry. And finally it stumbled right in front of him. And when that sort of chance is presented, Mike Flanagan doesn't fail Charlton. Charlton 3, Sunderland 2. And what a wildly swinging game we've got here.
They keep seeing your name on the score sheet, but in fact you, with little flicks and little headers, you make a few chances for other people as well.
Yeah, well, I create a lot of stuff, you know, like getting players in. Sometimes I can't get in there to score them myself, but, you know, I like to work hard at the game, and I'm, you know, getting in there for the few.
He's a useful man to have around.
He's modest on the field, he'll work, he doesn't mind making them, he prefers scoring them, like all good goal scorers.
Yeah.
He's there, decoy runs, and it's a great help to the side.
Yes. I mean, going back to the Derek Hales days, did you miss it when Derek went? I mean, did you have to change in any way, Mike?
Well, my position was changed. I moved in off the wing, but I was a little apprehensive at the time, you know, whether I could score goals up there in the same way he got them. And last season I finished with 23 and probably could have had a few more. And I was hoping it wasn't a one-off thing, and started again this year, and there I am at 16 now, and looking great.
Actually, Keith has been very kind with the things that he said about you, but I mean, the way he keeps galloping on.
Oh yeah, he keeps playing. He'll still
about
be here.
47 now, isn't he?
Well, I think he's put in for another testimonial. You know, he's been down here a long time, but terrific player to have in the side, because when you've got young fellas in the side, they tend to lose their heads when things start to go wrong. And what Keith does is he tries to settle things down, and like I said, he does very well for us.
Yes.
You know.
Yeah, I mean, it's what, 1962, I think the records say that you signed pro here, Keith.
Yes.
And over 450 games.
My first one against Sunderland, actually.
Was it?
That's where my family come from, the northeast, so, and I've never been on the winning side against them. It's taken me a long time.
Who was in the Charlton side when you first started playing then? To revive a few old memories.
Yes, we're going back to John Huey, Johnny Sewell, who I think was down here today.
Was he?
Sam Laurie, Marvin Hinton, Mike Bailey, some really good players.
Well, how appropriate that Keith Peacock, with 591 appearances for the club, should have the last word. Peacock established right up there as an all-time Charlton great. Well, I hope you've enjoyed the last hour. I hope we've provided some happy memories for you of the 70s, a decade in which Charlton established themselves as great entertainers, playing the game in the right way. Bye-bye to you all.